Oh, baby, you're listening to the Snickcast, the podcast that breaks down Nickelodeon's most iconic Saturday night lineups.
Join us as we discuss childhood favorites like Are You Afraid of the Dark, Romeo, and everything in between.
And today, we're traveling back to July 3rd, 1993.
Living life in a 90s dream. Yes, Snick, it's on the TV. Laughing with my best buddy. Yes, Snick, heckness alright. Nickelodeon all night.
Woo! You got your sparklers out, baby, fireworks. Woo! July 3rd, baby, 4th is tomorrow. Chaos on the streets. Were you a big, was your family big fireworks people on the 4th?
We would go watch them, but as far as like making them ourselves, it was a bunch of sparklers. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Some poppers and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. We were safe.
No, that's a good idea. You know what? We had that one crazy person in the neighborhood who just went all out, and then we didn't have to do anything because of them.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, we just watched them. They were the poppers, and they were blasting off and popping off. You know what else was popping off? The box office. Woo! Oh my gosh. I'm really excited about this. This is a movie that was not exciting to me as a kid, but as an adult or as someone who just watches TBS, this is a big one for me. And this guy is still a big star. I mean, I'd say he is the star of the world. I'm talking about Mr. Tom Cruise in a nice little movie called The Firm.
The worst thing is next year, they're going to close a loophole, change the regs, and if you haven't grabbed this proposal, you're going to feel like you are fucked with a dick big enough for an elephant to feel it.
55 million opening weekend. That's a lot. Well, it's a holiday weekend. So,
Tom Cruise knows how to open up a holiday.
Funny, oh gosh. I mean, I'll go down a rabbit hole. Gene Hackman, who is like the bad guy in the movie, does not have his name anywhere on the poster, opening credits, anything like that. He had some contractual dispute. And so he just said, leave my name off of it.
Really?
Yeah. So pretty interesting. I mean, he got paid, so I think he's pretty happy he was okay with all that. If I'm incorrect, we'll find out later. Number 2, the park is still open. Jurassic Park, baby, still going strong.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Number 3, Sleepless in Seattle.
No way that we are going on a plane to meet some woman who could be a crazy, sick lunatic. Didn't you see Fatal Attraction?
You wouldn't let me.
Still going, second week.
Wow.
I mean, the moms around the world were just loving it. Loving it. 3, Dennis the Menace.
You know why men are so lousy when it comes to taking care of babies? They have better things to do. Like what? Play golf and drink beer?
Now, 5 and 6. 5 and 6 are the ones that I think we probably would have been seeing. Number 5, a re-release of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Hi-ho, it's home from work we go. Hi-ho.
Wow. Coming off the live action last year in present day.
That big hit. Oh, dude. I haven't even seen it. Did you see it?
No, I did not.
Oh, yeah. I didn't hear too many good things.
I don't think we missed much.
Yeah. Oh, well, we'll see it on Disney Plus.
Maybe.
And then number 6, here we go. I think you probably know the Weasel, Mr. Pauly Shore and Son-in-Law.
Grew up at Caesar's Palace, right? Vegas, gambling, cones, the whole package, right? Didn't have any friends, so I just pounded away on the old keyboard for a couple years, solo mission.
So you're just an old hacker like me, but disguised as an idiot.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my God.
But this is crazy. I thought this movie was a huge hit. This is its opening weekend and it only made $9 million. So I'm actually surprised. I thought it was a much bigger hit. In my childhood head, this was a huge hit.
It made far more than that on the TBS rerun showings.
Oh, it's made its money back. Yeah, it's made its money back, but I just think that's wild. Just absolutely wild. And then still got to shout out again, Clint, number 14, Unforgiven.
But I've always been lucky when it comes to killing folks.
Still going strong.
Wow.
$289,000. Woo! God. That's a July 4th you can love right there.
Oh, truly.
But the billboard doesn't get much more exciting. Janet's still number 1. That's the way love goes. And I wish I could say there's something else that was popping off in the top 10 that's exciting for us, but it's all pretty much the same things. Nothing new or exciting.
Wow. What a boring summer for the Billboard charts, if I may.
Yeah, well, and for our show, all we've had is Janet and Boys to Men.
And
That's
somehow the Cops theme song made it into the top 10 a couple weeks back.
Which that was awesome.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys.
But, I love Janet. I love some Jackson. Just this is not the song for me. I don't know about you.
I mean, agreed. She's an icon, just not a song for me either. She's not the only Janet I love.
So I think it's time to talk about the marsh dog and his midlife crisis. So that's actually the name of the episode, everybody. It's again, I love how Clarissa just right down the middle. Nothing wild about it. This is not a new episode. So this episode actually came out in December of 92. So this is not a new episode.
Wow.
This is just a rerun. But it's Marshall's birthday. Marshall's birthday is coming up, and the midlife crisis is getting him down. Meanwhile, Clarissa's obsessed with mastering driver's education, which she is taking next semester. Oh, which is so funny that they mentioned that, because I feel like that is such a small part of this episode. Like the midlife crisis thing really takes over the whole episode.
Oh, I mean, 100%. I mean, her and Sam bring it up on occasion. I mean, enough to where when I was like 15 coming into like permit age, it was a topic that was kind of always there.
Right, yeah.
There was an excuse to bring up, oh, do you need me to drive you to the store with your supervision or...
Yeah. Are kids as excited about driving these days as we were?
I couldn't tell you, but I feel like kids these days aren't excited about anything.
Kids these days, am I right?
Am I right? Unless they're vaping and watching their talks, I don't think they're excited about anything.
Yeah, I just always I feel like I don't see young drivers anymore. That's just my own personal thought process. I feel like
do we just get them when they're already licensed and out on their own? Like we skip the trial period with them?
I mean, I guess this is a weird rabbit hole. This insurance costs more, blah, 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 blah. So, all the fun stuff, all the unfun stuff about life. But I don't know.
I mean, I barely trust a good portion of the people my age driving. So maybe people our age are like, I don't think our kids should be driving yet.
Dude, I just met someone who is 95 years old and still driving.
Oh, wow.
While still with it, I just think there should be a cutoff point. Just like there's
I do agree.
A younger, not until you're 15. At 90, sorry, the keys probably need to go.
Yeah. I think when you're old enough to buy cigarettes or vape cartridges, that's when you should be allowed to drive. Because there's still some maturing that needs to happen in those years. And with how distracted we are with everything right now, it just seems like a little older maybe is a good place to be.
Oh, and I'm that sort of guy who I honk at someone if I see they're just down on their phone and all the cars are moving except them. I'm like, gosh darn. It's actually, when I'm not proving my point, it's never a young person. It's always an older person. Gosh.
Well,
I'm sounding like Marshall. I'm just so down on the world right now.
I mean, and Marsh here, true to this, he's down and depressed. A big birthday's coming up for the guy.
Big one.
He's about to go
They
over
don't tell us the number.
I feel like he's about to go over the hill because Sam references his dad bungee jumping when he turned 40.
40, yeah.
And that was like a big number for him, but Sam's dad seemed to take a different approach and embrace life, where Marshall just seemed to kind of slug around Charlie Brown style.
Yeah, he didn't get to he didn't get to do all the things all the architectural stuff that he wanted to have people say, oh,
that's a darling. That's
a darling. A darling. I was going to say a Marshall.
But I think either way works. Yeah. That's a Marshall's where you get discount clothes.
He's like,
there's a Marshall's inside a darling.
I never made a Marshall's inside a Marshall. Marshall's in Marshall. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, he's down and depressed about it. And I got to be honest with you, getting to a certain age, we'll leave it unknown to the listeners. There is a certain dread that comes with you're aging. I don't have a kid, but I can imagine a kid that's about to start driving of your own is like, oh my God, what happened to my life?
Exactly. Oh,
I really felt this for Marsh. Like he's slinking around it. It's not the life he imagined for himself and for Janet, our favorite Janet. Sorry, Jackson. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Woo!
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Woo!
I don't know. I felt for him, but Janet, being the awesome wife she is, she tries to like rally the troops. Like, let's be there for your dad. She wants to make him a special dinner, get him out of his slump.
Marsh, he's out of his slump, all right.
Yeah, he has the bright idea that, oh wait, I know what we'll do. We'll just up and move our family to what, Mango Island? Is that what it's called?
I was going to say, I don't know if it's called Mango Island. I was just calling it Mango Island in all my notes and everything.
Same. So Marsh decides that for his midlife crisis, that instead of buying a motorcycle or dyeing his hair, that he's just going to uproot his family and move to Mango Island in the South Pacific. Janet calls his bluff kind of to the kids, like, don't worry, it's not going to happen. Let's just go along with it, make them feel better. Clarissa and Ferg are having a hard time with that, but they go along with it, thinking that they're going to call his bluff. He's not budging. He keeps coming in the attire. He's got the Highland-like rituals.
I'm just curious what appealed to him about this, to the Marsh dog. I'm just always curious what appealed to him about the island. Because I at first was like, yeah, if someone said, you know what, let's all move to Hawaii and like live in Hawaii, I'd be like, excellent. Yes.
Let's go.
But if someone said, we're just going to live outside and have to build a hut, and I mean, just a completely different world, no thank you.
And apparently Mango Island, surprise, surprise, their main resource is the mango fruit. Yes. So everything that they eat and deal with is mango-based.
Are you a mango guy? Are you a mango
I'm
man?
a huge mango guy. I will say,
that's what I'm saying.
It is hard to cut through them and get them prepped, but once they're out and about, one of the best fruits in the world.
I think I could do a year on Mango Island, eating the mangoes.
Yeah.
I think the hut building and the bathroom issue would be...
Not for me. I don't know if I could do mango soup, which I think Janet was preparing at some point in time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a little strange for me.
And also, they all are very white. I'm very concerned with the sun.
The mangoes don't have SPF that can protect against the alabaster skin of the Darling family.
Marsh dog is going to get real crocodile-y real quick.
But Marsh is all about it. I'm talking, it gets in the attire. He's got an ancient like horn that is like their symbolic call, I don't know, to the wild. Marsh has like conch shells. He gets a real estate company to come appraise their house. And this is when Clarissa starts going, whoa, this is getting real. Come on, moms. And Janet's like, no, don't worry. She maybe gets a little concerned when he gets the place appraised by these real ritzy folks that come in and like want to do away with some things. And Clarissa ain't having that. You ain't messing with my fucking room.
I thought Marshall was I thought his turning point was going to be the people like shitting on their house and like talking about, this part of the house isn't good and that part of the house isn't good.
He didn't care. He was ready to go.
I was like, what? Oh, and I guess what else would you say? Well, Ferg was doing something with French.
He's trying to learn. Yeah. He's trying to be.
That was a subplot that I could care less about.
Which I guess, would that translate in
the French Polynesia?
In maybe? Mango South Pacific?
I don't know. Maybe might be some people who would,
Although it was pretty funny that Clarissa had to keep correcting him on basic French terms, and she'd barely taken any courses, and Ferg was put in his place by her. Well, anyway, these rich people come to like appraise the place, and they want to like redo all these things. And Marcia's like, fine, do whatever you want. Clarissa gets the light bulb of like, oh, you know what? My dad's an architect. You guys don't quite like this? Maybe my dad could design something for you that you would like? How about this? They start looking through Marsh's old like plots and house plans, and they're like, wow, these are really fantastic, Mr. Darling. And he's like, oh yeah, whatever. He kind of shrugs him off. And Clarissa's still like, no, Dad, come on, let's sell these things.
Exactly.
They have a chance to live in an actual marsh, not the water wasteland in Florida, but an actual Marsh Darling original. And meanwhile, Marsh has still got mango eyes. Like he can't hear what's going on. He's got mango
eyes, baby. He's got mango eyes.
He's got Mango eyes.
Woo!
Wow. Forget the Betty Davis eyes. Marsh has got mango eyes. He can't see that he's got the deal of a century maybe on his hands. I don't know. How do they get past this?
Well, that's what what's weird is he gets excited, but then he becomes downtrodden again. And you're kind of like, oh, what's going on with him? And then I guess he's internalizing that he does not actually want to go to Mango Island either.
Yeah.
So
all the while, we can't forget the sidebar of like Clarissa keeps chiming in about like, your midlife crisis could be getting a new Porsche and I can help you drive.
Exactly. Yep.
And if she stays in the States, he could get a Porsche and she can drive it. He doesn't really get that because again, he's got mango eyes. Anyway, Marsh ends up, I think, long story short, takes the deal from these rich people.
Eventually he does. Eventually I think he wants to just do that.
Because he's scared to when he finds out he has to actually, to move to Mango Island in South Pacific, it's like 5 different flights across 2 different charter boats, across 4 different railway systems. It's impossible to get to.
Yeah. So get those mangoes out of here, baby.
And
well,
let's
actually,
just
take some mangoes and make a nice mango pie. She did make a nice mango pie, though. She was serving that pie.
I would eat Janet that in a heartbeat.
Janet, please. Again, this was a fun episode. I think the problem is that we probably relate to it a little too much at our current age. So it's not that we're young strapping men, but still, I think that's probably hits us a little too close home if we sound somber about it.
Yeah, and I think our midlife crisis, when they come, should they haven't already arrived, will be manifested differently. I maybe am going to get some tattoos or maybe buy some more pets.
This episode's called Pets. It's all, I'm not going to say a synopsis. It's just about pets. The simplistic version is 2 of the kids want to get a pet in the house, right? That's like pretty much the only storyline in this episode.
Which is a standard. I feel like 75% of the population go through this.
Yeah. Now, I do have to point out, what's Dad's, the actor who plays Dad's name?
David Crane.
David Crane. David, your shirt on this episode.
I was going to say, what about the sweater vest?
That thing is amazing. I would, if I was the costume designer, I would have said, you can't go out in there because it's so cool looking. No one's going to pay attention. I honestly, at first, I had to rewind because I was not paying attention to what he was saying. I was like,
and my question is, was it cool back then or is it only cool now?
I don't, if
or
I
both.
saw that at Marshall's, I would buy that. And actually, I got to say, everyone was kind of having some fun flair this week. Besides blonde guy with bowl cut, he always kind of has the most simplistic outfits on. But
it's
everyone else,
90s,
yeah, standard 90s.
This was I thought this is pretty fun, a little different here. They start with the early days of pets. Dad won't let the kids get a dog, which they want.
Yeah.
That turns into a game show called Tantrum, something about a tantrum.
Well, do they do the sock puppet dog first?
I think they get that eventually. They pitch a tantrum. There's a game show with it. Johnny McEnroe comes on because he's iconic tantrum thrower.
Big tantrum guy, yeah.
I thought that was fun. That goes into like a hold your breath contest. And then Dad explains to the kids that there's this responsibilities. You got to feed the dog. And they get this like fat dang dog kibble ad.
What's his name though? Gosh, I'm losing it. Medication's looping me around. Who's our Keith David, baby? Is it
Mark.
Keith David? Mark David. Keith David. Keith David is a great actor who is alive and well right now. Keith David. Oh, Keith David. I can't be wrong. Hold on. Sorry to sidetrack us a little bit. So Keith David says one of the darkest and grossest lines in a movie ever. It's in Requiem for a Dream. He goes, it's at a part where obviously like he's getting Jennifer Connelly addicted to all these drugs so that she'll perform sexual acts on him. And he pulls out his thing, and I can actually do it pretty good. He pulls out his thing and goes, I didn't pull it out so you could stare at it. I mean, gosh darn, man. Gosh, and then he's rubbing her hair. She has black hair like yours, the Italian stallion, and he goes, Maid Marian. And I'm laughing now in this voice. I sound so bad. But yeah, so Mark David, not Keith David.
Tomato.
Yes. Well, that was a sidetrack. But yeah, but with the dog food, Keith David would also do a great dog food commercial. But how does the voice, Mark David does an interesting voice in the dog food thing too. It's like kind of a husky voice.
Yeah, he does have this husky, like, voice. Yeah.
Dog food.
It's kind of a cousin to Ed McMayo.
Exactly.
In a stretch way. Then they got an aqua toilet, which is toilet water for pups. Again, Pop's continuing to teach the kids, like, there's responsibilities. You should want to do this, kind of. Mom does like an MJ and speaks out on behalf of sea monkeys.
That was pretty funny.
There was an ant farm aid.
Oh, that was really good. You know what? That one was, that was clever. How much do you think the cast was involved in the writing of episodes?
If they batched these, maybe they pitched and did stuff similar to like an SNL, but if they were just cranking these out week after week, I can't imagine that they were heavy-handed in this. I feel like there's a writing staff that was just like, we've got all this. We're cranking it out.
Sometimes their voices work so well.
Oh, man.
For things. And I just wonder, I'm like, were they pitching ideas in an SNL-esque way? You just never know.
Hopefully when we get all the cast members on the podcast to answer these questions for us, we'll learn.
When we get Keith David versus Mark David.
We get Keith and Mark on here to tell us the difference between themselves.
I didn't bring you on so you could stare at him.
I noted here, there's a lot of really cool dances in this episode. Commercial break.
This was a very dance-heavy episode.
They were cool. There was like a light flashlight one where they were like flipping around, and I think whoever choreographed these was stellar, and they were really living outside the box. I had fun.
Well, not to give away too much at the end, but I mean, like, the end is even essentially just mostly a dance number. So it's
they peeled out early and had like a lengthy dance.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. When did we get the haunted Chia Pet Cemetery?
I think that's the next thing after the commercial.
That was the MVP of idea ones.
I agree.
So that was
what it was. It was essentially an ad for when you throw your Chia Pet out into the ground, that it still like rots and morphs and becomes its own entity.
Exactly.
And they did it kind of like as a horror film coming to a theater near you. Then Dad surprises the kids with a sock puppet dog named Gus. And the kids go, Dad, how dumb do you think we are? And he says, we don't have time for that right now. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. We got
the dog dating service. What was the dog dating service?
Oh, what was that one? I know there was like a butt cologne that could get your animal to pay attention to you because you smell like a dog's butt.
Yeah, well, and then there was the mom spit cleaning thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Which, that had nothing to do really with pets, but I was like, very relatable. Also, same thing with like grandma spit, I feel like. That was, I think, oh gosh, I could almost...
Saliva.
Oh gosh, dude. And you just took a sip of water or some clear liquid. I don't know.
It was the mom split cleanser ad. I went ahead and bought some on Amazon Prime. I got a whole case. The best part for me was they did a pet channel, all animals all the time thing, where they kind of changed the channel on the cardboard TV, and they went through all these like dog pun TV shows like Doggy Howser, Fresh Fish of Bel Air, LA Paws, Fully Housebroken, Monday Night Furball, Flea's Company, In Living Collar. They got to Barney and actually clicked on Barney, and it was our guy Mark David as Andy Griffith, as Barney from Andy Griffith.
That's right. Which I was like, it's amazing. I mean, that show was even 40 years old at that point. So it's pretty wild that even kids then would have been like, I guess, well, we had Nick at Night. Nick at Night.
We would have, but I think today's kids would have been like, well, who the hell is this?
Yeah, who is this guy?
But he did a really great Barney Fife as Barney the dinosaur hosting a TV show, kind of.
Yeah.
I had fun with that. Later, David Crane does this like ASPCA, like fake the throw ad where like everywhere across the world, these dogs are in this crippling disease where their owners are faking the throw and messing with them. And it was kind of neat.
Relatable? Was it relatable to you?
It kind of was. My dog got pissed when I laughed at
When
that.
you were watching it, the dog ever look up and go, what the?
It was like, I thought I was you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
I don't know. I thought ultimately this whole episode was a lot of fun. They cranked out a lot of dog, cat, various animal puns. They end up getting to the end where Gus, the sock puppet dog, the son realizes that dogs are a big responsibility, and he goes to tell Dad that. Dad's like, oh yeah, well, where is Gus? And they, I guess, forgot to put him back in. So Gus, the sock puppet dog, got ran over in the front yard, and he comes back. Only talks, by the way, when Dad, David Crane, has his arm in him.
Which is awesome. Yeah. Which is great.
And son's like, Gus, how you feeling? And he just like grumbles out, I'm going to reprise the theme song and roll the credits.
Keep watching. There's more Snick coming up next.
This episode of Snickcast is sponsored by Mighty Max from Mattel.
Mighty Max, Mighty Max!
It's Mighty Max. Welcome to Skull Dungeon.
Wow!
Mighty Max.
Smasher, get up! Your brain donor is here. Me want brain. No way, slime face. Whoa! Watch out for that first step. It's not over, Mighty Max.
Will Max get fried? His fate is in your hands.
Mighty Max, Mighty Max!
You can collect all his adventure sets, each sold separately. Mighty Max figure included from Mattel.
And now, back to the Snickcast.
Well, now it's time for the great outdoors, baby. This is an awesome episode. I actually watched both parts twice. So we got the great outdoors and the cat that laid the golden hairball. So first one is Ren Stimpy go camping and learn how to rough it with nature's beasts. This is some fun stuff. And you know what? I had not thought about this episode in years, but the minute they go skinny dipping,
oh my God.
The minute they go skinny dipping, and then that old guy pops out from behind the bushes to go skinny dipping with them, and he has a Band-Aid taping his butt cheeks together.
And a drumstick a chicken drumstick on his head.
I was very confused by that. I still don't get it. I still don't get that part.
I don't either. Well, so let's rewind a second. They go, first of all, are you a camping kind of guy? Are you a glamper?
I am.
Camper?
I am.
You like
I go camping probably 3 or 4 times a year.
You like to rough it, as Ren quoted earlier.
Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that word.
Okay. I am not. I grew up in the mountains around people that did it, and I did it from time to time, and it's fun for a day. Outside of that, I don't have to do it. I feel like I sided with Ren more on this, who was not about it.
I think there's like 2 distinct camps on this. Like campers. There's campers and non-campers. And you know what? I'll never push anyone does not want to go camping because it makes me miserable. Like there's nothing worse than having a person does not have any interest to go camping, making them camp.
Yeah, sucking the joy out of it for you. And listen, maybe I haven't gone with the right cruise. I don't know. Especially when I've camped close enough to a place that has all the amenities I want and need, it just feels unnecessary.
Yeah, I like going like a few miles into the woods, never alone. I have friends who go. Now, so that's the thing. I do need a partner.
Yeah,
I won't
alone,
go by
not
myself.
a chance.
But I have friends who do go alone, which just blows my mind.
Your
I
friends
don't
are
have those.
maniacs. They are maniacs.
They are. Well, and then they always tell like these stories of weirdos, which we have in this, of things that happen. But where this really hit home is I will say when I'm near a body of water, when I'm camping, I do fucking go skinny dipping.
I love it.
I go skinny dipping every single time.
Now, I ask, when you go skinny dipping, do you shed your entire skin and drape it on a tree limb?
No, I do that and then take my underwear off. I do all of it. All of it.
That made me laugh so hard. Both of Ren and Stimpy, well, first Stimpy goes in and tries to convince Ren to do it, but he takes his entire fur skin off and drapes it over a tree limb and tries to get Ren, and Ren's so bashful and scared to do it, convinces him to do it. but he still has his underwear on. And Stimpy's like, well, come on.
Come on.
And kind of this light, sexy music is playing underneath.
Yes. Well, and I was thinking, I was like, wait, they don't have clothes on. How are they going to do it? It's not like Mickey Mouse and stuff like that where
No.
we don't know what's
just
underneath
pants
the
or
pants.
just a shirt. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was kind of curious what they were going to do.
So funny.
It was great when they did that.
But
There's a lot of skin peeling stuff in these two episodes.
So much skin peeling. And then, this creepy, hairy old man happens to go, oh, hello, snooties, and runs out and jumps into the lake with them. A Band-Aid falls off his butt cheeks. Very well done for the artistic. For the artist. The artist that did this, very well done. Band-Aid falls off. He's got a chicken drumstick on his head that's never explained. And he starts swimming with them out of nowhere. They don't know who the hell he is.
And then, but he invites his wife or just significant other or lady friend we don't see her again, do we?
No, she's just hiding in the bushes, and then she, morbidly obese, comes out naked as well and joins them in the lake.
Which is strange because he's in terrific, tip-top old man shape.
That buttocks, wow.
That thing is on fire, baby.
Incredible. I don't know, they splash around for a bit. The old man does say something every time we see him of that, like, I love being out in the water. I don't know what he says. He always loves whatever's happening.
Again, the chicken, I'm even now looking right now, like, what is the chicken like?
It's not even, the drumstick chicken, like, on his head is not even strapped on. It's just, like, flopping around there like it's an appendage of his. Not explained. It was bizarre.
We actually, just out here...
You camp with a drumstick on your head?
Oh, all the time. There's supposedly, just in, like, the last few weeks, a guy got arrested because they found an old man was attacking teenagers who were camping because he had been like living out in an abandoned building, like in the woods, like about just outside of LA for like 20 years.
This is why I don't camp, people.
I'll say, I'm actually putting more fuel to your fire, baby.
Ooh, I'm out.
More fuel. Wait a second. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, this is interesting. This is on IMDb. The episode was edited in reruns because someone picked up on the fact that Old Man Hungers, this old man character is a reference to a serial killer that's in the movie M that's targeting little girls.
Oh, wow.
So
way darker than I thought it was.
Yeah. Anyway, so you're in all. So yeah, there we go.
Again, not a camper.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not going camping either.
John just retired from camping.
Yeah. I think, you know what I think?
You're going to hang your skin suit on the limb and get out of there.
Even better. I'm going to start a cat hair factory. So, well, I guess we got to finish what happened with the other, with part one. So, because what? He gets lit on fire.
Well, yeah, Stimpy goes to pick some berries. He goes to light a fire. Can't do it. Puts gasoline. It makes an explosion. And naked guy comes out again and is like, let me stomp you out. And they like chase him, but there was a random no ball playing sign in the middle of the woods, which I thought was hilarious.
Oh, that's just fun and creepy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny. That's funny and creepy. If I saw it in the middle of the woods,
I'd be out of there.
You just remind me, dude. So you know what I used to do when I was younger? I used to put sticks in the shape of the Blair Witch symbol in the woods when I was out there, just so someone would stumble upon it and it would just freak someone out.
This is why we don't go camping.
You just put rocks in circles.
People are out. We're out.
Yeah.
We don't need any more than that. We ain't messing with it. We ain't camping.
Yeah, there you go. You know what? I'm done camping. Let's get out of here. Again, Hairball Factory. So episode 2, the second part of the episode, this one's called The Cat That Laid the Golden Hairball. And Ren thinks he can strike it rich by turning Stimpy's hairballs into gold. He has Stimpy coughing and hacking all over to make his fortune. What will Ren do when Stimpy runs dry? This is one of the funnest gross episodes.
This is maybe the grossest episode, I think.
And I could see on IMDb also they cut a ton of the licking in reruns for this, which makes sense.
Where did they cut it? There's so much.
I don't know if they put it back in on Paramount Plus because it felt extended even now.
Well, it starts off, Ren comes home and steps in a hairball, and he's like, I'm sick and tired of these hairballs. They're all over the apartment, like an excessive amount of them. He turns on the news while he's sitting in a hairball, and the news reporter goes on to tell him that hairballs are on the rise. It could be more valuable than gold. And so he gets this idea of like, wait a second, these aren't a bad thing. Stimpy returns from work, and Ren starts sucking up to him and is like, give me them hairballs. Well, they go up into their birdhouse, which is a factory. And Ren's like having Stimpy just lick himself to hack up hairballs. And they've got what's his name's there as a working on the line. Boba.
But he keeps on calling
Baba.
But he keeps on calling Ren uncle.
Yeah, I guess that they've adopted.
I want to learn more about this relationship. I want to learn more about this family dynamic. So.
Baba or Boba, I'm not sure how you pronounce him, is a gigantic hairy man with a 4-foot belly button opening gape on his stomach that's hanging outside of his shirt, who's essentially scooping hairballs with a spatula and putting them in boxes to ship out so they can get rich from them. And Stimpy's just licking his arms, hacking up hairballs on a conveyor belt, and they're just trying to make a buck.
Oh, I mean, it's gross too. I mean, just yakking them out, yakking them. And then he slowly, you can see it's waning on him. Like he slowly runs out of fur to lick.
His life form is getting depleted.
Exactly. It's true.
Well, eventually he runs out of hair, and so Ren offers up himself. He doesn't really like it, but gets all his hair licked off.
Well, he's got him, and then of course his doesn't even make a fur ball.
Stimpy can't wharf.
Gosh,
they keep using the term wharf. Can't wharf one up, so they get Baba, big old Baba, who's maybe the hairiest human on the planet. And
his arm first, yeah, his arm.
That was so gross.
And then they said, get his back. And then we cut to, and again, another great drawing of a buttocks.
The animators crush the buttocks drawings on this show. But he licks Baba completely clean, and the sound effects that accompany the licking here are just, oh my God, disgusting.
I know we say it before, but I know why my parents did not want me to watch this show as a kid. It is gross.
Oh my God. Well, anyway, he gets all that. He still can't wharf up a hairball. Ren's starting to snap. He shoves Baba into Stimpy's
I
body.
like you just saying Baba.
Baba, we're going with Baba. Shoves Baba into Stimpy, his entire body. And he goes and he finds Stimpy's hairball gland in the middle of his insides, and it's a pile of dust, more or less. They come back out and they realize that they have no other hair to be licked. I don't know, they just kind of realize that without the hairball gland that they're fine, and they start dancing. Yeah. I thought it was a really abrupt ending.
I mean, how could you really end that episode, you know?
I don't know.
I mean, I'd probably just throw it in a locker, maybe locker number 22. We're around the campfire now. This episode is, what's the name of this one? What is it? What is this silly episode? The Tale of Locker 22. I just said the name. I knew the number. And this is a young French immigrant having trouble at her new school uncovers a mystery about a girl, a former occupant of her school locker who died in 1968. Far out. I added the far out, everybody. Just so you know. This episode's so goofy, but it's fine.
Yeah, DJ doesn't hit him out of the park every single time.
Now, here's my question for you, though, with DJ. Did you think of her as the costume girl on the show? I mean, I know
off Alicia Silverstone?
Yeah. I mean, I know she dresses up, but like...
I guess now they're making her that thing. I feel like only once we've seen her do this.
Yeah, I thought she dressed up like a gypsy.
Oh no, you know what? She did twice with the hounds. She has like props and gimmicks every time she tells a story.
Wow, I was way off base. Okay.
No, I think she did the gypsy as well. This would be the third maybe time she's come in with a costume or gimmick.
This is what she's known for. Okay.
Everybody's around the fire speculating like, what's knockoff Alicia Silverstone going to do this week? Oh, I don't know. And then she comes in as like a 1970s hippie, and it's like, oh, look out, my parents' hippie gear I found in the basement.
Far out.
Gary Egon Weatherman, not impressed. Dude's on a time crunch, is like, okay, what's this got to do with the story? Sass or frass?
Yeah. He's like, I got some weather to start looking at. All right.
I
we got a
mean,
tropical
listen,
depression
yeah.
coming in.
We've got a nor'easter coming in from the south, and I've got to get coverage on this. Well, anyway, she's like, don't worry, guys. I got a story for you that's going to blow your mind.
And then now we're transported to a high school, a new girl in town. She's French.
Can we sidebar on that? Can we sidebar on the new girl in town? We're in season 2 now. This is maybe, what is this, their 15th, 16th episode?
Yeah.
I would say 90% of these stories are new kid in town.
Yeah.
Am I not wrong?
Which also makes me also go, I wonder why we always stressed out about if you were the new kid at any sort of function or something like that in life. I don't know. Maybe it's because all these shows made the new kid have something crazy happen.
Ostracize the new kids.
Yeah.
Anywho.
But, yeah. So, I mean, but she's a French immigrant. I like that they really point out she's a French immigrant. But what I think is interesting, remember, this show was filmed up in Canada, and the girl was actually the actress is from Montreal or in Quebec, which people would have French accents. And,
our first authentic.
Speak French.
Which we only caught like maybe once in the episode. I think it snuck out one time.
Yeah, it has just every now and then when she says a little word, you're like, oh, there's a little French right there.
But I do appreciate DJ McHale giving us the specifics there.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, DJ.
You know, the rich backstory really helped save this episode.
But, I mean, first thing I guess we got to talk about is Mr. Safner. Is that his name? Safner. This actor doing amazing work right here because he gets to do a nice amount. I mean, he has an emotional arc, truly, in the show. I'd
put him in the top 5 of episodes we've seen so far.
Yeah, and he's still working, too, this actor. I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to call him Johnny K.
I love
But in the movie The Aviator, he was Pan Am Executive No. 2. So cool.
Yeah, he was fantastic in that.
That's what I said. Leo was even like, wait, I got nominated and not this guy? So
Safner starts off just bitter, angry. He's yelling at people down the hallways. This is a principal that doesn't deal with nonsense, is what I get from this.
No nonsense principal. Which I appreciate that about him, but kind of mean to the new student. So anyways, he seemingly gives her a locker that is a mile from everybody else's, which I just don't get. She even walks past lockers.
He alludes to the school is like overpopulated now.
Yeah.
Except she's the only one that gets a locker down here. Everyone else can have a regular one. You got to go down to the bowels of the school.
Which is always funny because you're like, yeah, it seems like weird that she gets also just this one that all by itself. Really make the new kid feel lonely.
Right at home. They go to chemistry class next, and I thought this was bizarre. I was curious if you had this similar school experience.
I know exactly what you're
They're sucking potions through a straw. The teacher's telling them to suck the potion up through the straw, catch it with your finger, and then release. I don't know that that's safe.
Listen, and we went to school. We were doing chemistry less than a decade probably after this.
And we weren't doing that.
We weren't doing that, that's for sure. And I got to say also, I would not do anything that teacher told me to do. The way that guy talked, you know, when we were just talking about the serial killer thing with Ren and Stimpy, that guy, that's a serial killer right there. Dude.
He probably did kill the actual chemistry teacher and is just subbing in for him.
I thought this guy was going to come back sometime later in the story somehow because he made such a character choice.
He did.
To be so down, like, oh, just forget about it. I can't even do it. Can you do it? You could probably do it.
That wasn't bad. I'll be honest. He seemed like someone who did not make the Kids in the Hall cast and just decided to lean into what he was.
God, that is so good. Yeah, he seems like he just.
I agree with you that it seemed like he was going to come back and be a significant part of this episode, and was not. This was it.
He's always at bars being like, I was the 9th kid in the hall.
Yeah, I made it to final callbacks.
Yeah.
But they have these kids suck up this potion through a straw and catch it before it gets to their mouth. That seems like a mistake. And sure enough, our gal, what's her name?
Julie the Fox.
That's it. Our gal Julie naturally sucks it up too far, coughs, smashes her beaker on the floor, and then our failed Kids in the Hall cast member is like, oh, brother.
Yeah, he's like a little Eeyore-ish, too. Very
Eeyore-ish. Well, naturally, we get 2 1980s bullies come up and go, look at you spilling your glass.
Next time we'll make sure it's electrical fluids.
Well, then she's like, whatever, fine. Our guy Chris, who's just a kind person, goes to help her clean up everything. He's like, come on, I'll show you around where your art class is. She stands up, and then she sees out in class, there's a full-on like hippie from 1970 or 1960 staring at her. And she's like, what? Turns around. He's already out of the class. Turns back around. Hippie's vanished.
Hippie's gone. Yeah.
Bum, bum,
Hippie,
bum.
hippie, shake.
Stuff is happening. Hippie, hippie, shake.
And then, now this is where it starts getting, where my full memory of it, because the drugs really start kicking in for me at this point. So then does she go to her locker and the girl comes back around, like the hippie?
Yeah, hippie kind of shows herself at her locker and she's like, whoa, and then turns, double take, vanished. She goes to tell Chris about it. Chris seems a little skeptical. And then we get her melodramatic, like sulking in the window with a stuffed animal. And
oh, that's right. Yeah.
I don't know what the deal was with that. Why you took a stuffed animal.
They really zoned in on that animal on the camera, at the camera angle.
They did.
Weird.
She brought it to the windowsill and then took it back to the bed, and no more did we see it or hear from it. She got a prank phone call from some bullies that were making fun of her about an apparent ghost sighting. Well, she goes the next day and she confronts Chris about, like, why'd you tell everybody? Now the whole school knows and they think I'm a dork. And he's like, because I have a thought. We don't hear the thought. Bead falls out of her locker. Hippie reappears and starts rubbing the beads. So she goes, put the beads on. She puts the beads on and sucked back to 1960?
68.
68. However, it is like Indonesian music playing in 1960, and I thought the score choice was bizarre.
Yeah, it was bizarre. The kids clearly were just told to act like they were half asleep. It was like...
One guy did do his best Pauly Shore from Son-in-Law, and it was subpar.
He was trying to be a weasel, so...
She notices the locker that she's at now from 68, and there's a flower on the locker. She's like, whoa, that looks a lot like my locker. Present day, when she takes the beads off, she's back at her locker. Now there's a faded flower on her locker. Maybe that's the same one. Well, maybe not. It's not a real Carmen Sandiego on her hands here. She confronts Chris, and he reveals a rumor that she's been seeing people, but she puts on the necklace and pushes him, and that transports him with her back to the 68 or whatever.
Yeah, I like that she just like touches him.
And he goes
back. But then I was going to go, well, then when you take off the necklace, how does he go back? So I guess you just have to touch him.
I think they're making up the rules as they go. DJ McHale didn't quite have this down.
Yeah, DJ, there's some things you do perfectly, and there's some things you absolutely
and then
fuck up.
There's other episodes where you're kind of doing leprechaun stories.
Yeah.
Well, so
I know you took a trip to Ireland, and then I know for this one you smoked a bunch of weed and went to the Grateful Dead concert.
But listen, it doesn't work like that. Well, so they're back in 68, and then Candy, we come to find out, is the girl that is maybe been haunting her. Because Candy's friend in 68's like, come on, we're going to hang out later and listen to the Beatles' White Album. And Chris is like, what? The Beatles' White Album? Also, he's black, so I think he's offended by the White Album part of it.
Yeah, I was like, is that making a joke that he's black? Or just like, he's like, who listens to the White Album now? I was like, again, DJ, there's a little context missing.
Yeah, we're a little convoluted here. Well, she takes the necklace off. We're back in the future again, present day. And they go to investigate who Candy was. They go to the library, old school style, taking out some old yearbooks. They flip. Whoa, there she is. Candy Weathervane. Warren.
Candy Warren. I want to see how you're... No, it's Candy Warren.
Candy Warren. They find
Candy
her...
Weathervane. I love Candy Weathervane. Candy Weathervane. Yes.
I knew it was with a W. Candy Weathervane, Candy Warren, tomato.
I was like, there's no way. Even DJ would not have made up that name. Candy Weathervane.
I've been listening to the White Album too much.
What?
The White Album? Well, so they find out Candy Warren is our gal, and some kind of tragedy happened.
I want to introduce a new segment now. Because this is going to truly, I feel like this happens at the end of a lot of these episodes. And this new segment is called Anthony Has to Explain.
Anthony has to explain the tales we fear. Sitting by the fire, stories drawing near. The
So Anthony now has to explain what happens at the end of an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode, because it's so convoluted.
Oh my God.
And ridiculous. Everyone, I think this is the third or fourth time you've had to do this now. This is a new segment. It's not a new segment, but I'm officially making it a segment. Anthony Explains.
Anthony has to explain.
So Anthony, explain to us what happens at the end of this episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Well, hang tight, kiddies, because it's another worm burner. Julie puts on the necklace. She's back in time now as Candy, we come to presume. So she's going to chemistry, and she has like tutoring with Schaffner, who at the time was the chemistry teacher.
Mustache, long hair. Yeah.
Long hair, 68 style, and he's not principal at the time. Well, so Chris in present day is looking for her to warn her that Candy Warren had a tragedy in 1960 of the chemistry fire with Schaffner. So then we flip back and forth between 68 and present day. So Julie is about to blow up the chemistry lab from a faulty wire. Exactly. I think DJ McHale tried to cram too much in the third act of all of these.
Yes.
So all of a sudden, she's got to do this chemistry experiment to pass her class. There's a faulty wire that's exposed. Chris knows this because he asked a present-day teacher what happened to Candy Warren, and he's like, whoa, the tragedy. So he tries to go back in time, finds Candy the ghost, who allows him to travel to 68. He gets there, he runs through the halls. At this point, Schaffner is really pissed off because he gets pissed off about everything. He leaves Julie, present day, in
You're almost there. You're
68th version of Candy's body in the chemistry lab alone. She's going to light up this beaker. Chris is like, no, stop, don't do it. And he goes, busts in. Schaffner's like, what are you doing in here? Kid, I don't know. Who doesn't know about the White Album? Chris is like, look at this. And he pulls up an exposed wire. He's like, you could have killed her. This would have been a catastrophe. Maybe you should maybe you need to be in a different line of work. And Schaffner's like, oh my God.
Schaffner moves to the Mango Island.
He moves to Mango Island in the South Pacific. And we go back to present day. And guess what? Schaffner comes around oh no, it's not Schaffner. Because Schaffner doesn't exist now as principal. Because they went back in time. They stopped this explosion from happening. Julie has Candy's old locker. Candy is now principal.
Mrs. Weathervane.
Candy Weathervane Warren is modern day principal. Shafter doesn't even exist. Bullies come to tease her, and Candy goes, "Ha, see you in my office. I'm alive. And I didn't die in a fire." And boom, we're back to the campfire.
That's another segment of Anthony Explains.
Anthony has to explain.
Oh, man, that was good. That was great. And then they're just around the campfire. You notice they don't extinguish the campfire. It just ends with them just hanging out and just chatting. That's the end of the episode.
Hopefully we allude to them putting it out, and it's not just a forest fire on our hands here.
No, they burned down that whole fucking forest. So let's get some questions.
Woo! Tune in every week. Got a question, gotta speak. Nickelodeon on the line. Let's chat. It's podcast time.
All right, so I'm sure you've been scouring the web, getting all these, Vines, Pinterest, everything that we could ever have. All these questions from people. Is there anything good? Anything worth us discussing?
Dude, the more we post these episodes, the more platforms that become available to people, the more we get write-ins. And I'm so thankful to all of you for doing it. I pulled one from TikTok messaging.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's
not banned. It's not banned.
No, it's not. It's a thing that I thought was pretty cool. And it is from @Jack_wants said, if the adult film industry were to make a Snick-based film, what show do you think would work best?
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
I thought this was a lot of fun.
So I say the first thing is every performer in these pornos would be adults.
100%.
So just keep that in mind. Yeah. And they would not be playing children. They'd be
Correct.
all older versions of them.
I'm glad you said it. We're going to assume it, but I'm glad you said it.
Yeah. It is hard not to think Clarissa Explains It All has just a very interesting sexual twist just by the name alone.
Oh, man.
Well, if we go off of names, The Adventures of Alex Mack, Pete and Pete, Keenan and Kel, there could be some fun ones.
Yeah. Let's say present season 4 shows that we are currently covering. What would make the best film with adult actors?
Ren and Stimpy, we just have to eliminate.
I agree. We've already seen them naked and without their actual skin.
Yeah, and Bestiality is just not high on my list.
Even though that horse butt is pristine.
Pristine. Tight. Roundhouse.
There's just too much going on, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the things they could do in that chair would be interesting, but there's that.
I'm going to say, I mean, listen, if we're talking about a franchised ordeal, you could do Are You Afraid of the Dark in that there'd be a lot of different.
Oh, see, I like you going
things.
down this route.
But you saying Clarissa, I do think maybe there is something to that.
Well, you got to think, yeah. I mean, a different storyline where she has to explain.
She takes it all.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You know, let's put a mustache on the guy, and he's already there.
Listen, and I think the Zamboni baby. I think that dude might be
correct. He's got the name for it. I think Marsh Dog, Architect. There's a lot there that could be had. The guy's building houses, and he's knocking them down.
He's good with his hands. So you know what? I like that. But Are You Afraid of the Dark? Again, I'm with you. I think that leans more towards great narrative ideas.
We got a franchise on our hands.
Well, we got a big franchise, baby. Big franchise.
Sky's the limit. So are the graves.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. What was the last name again?
Jack_want tons. We kept it clean in our response about your adult film industry making a Snick-based film.
Exactly. I try not to get too dirty on a.
Yeah, and I respect that. I'm glad we didn't, but it was an interesting question. I thought, hey, let's.
No, that was good. That was a good one.
Let's bring it to the Orange Couch and talk about it.
Yeah. All right. So I got one good one from our snickcast@gmail.com. Again, everyone, please keep on sending your questions. This one, you're gonna love this. This is from we have royalty on our hands here.
Ooh.
We got a message from Prince Nelson Burncock VIII of Ronestein. We got royalty listening to us, baby. Royalty.
Wow.
And he said, "You gentlemen remind me of the simplicities of my childhood, and I quite enjoy it. You talk of Snick and Nickelodeon programs, but what other shows or programs did you watch back in your childhood?" Well, Your Majesty, I'd say, for me, like Ninja Turtles was a big one. Cartoons wise, I mean, I think I was very cartoon heavy. I don't know about you.
I mean, I did Ninja Turtles, short-lived knockoff Ninja Turtles, Street Sharks for a hot second.
Yes.
I think we covered like a few episodes back. There's a lot of like Nickelodeon game shows. I watched those pretty heavily. I watched Nickelodeon maybe 90% of my viewing as a child was from Nickelodeon.
I did. So one thing that changed was in 98, I think Disney Channel started to become free for everyone if you had cable. Before that, it was a paid channel. So we weren't watching Disney Channel stuff until the later 90s.
Yeah, I was like ingesting, Salute Shorts, Hey Dude.
Yo, gosh,
Double
all
Dare,
those, absolutely.
All these shows. But then I think you're right. When Disney became accessible to us, I was a pretty regular viewer of Lizzie McGuire and Even Stevens.
Well, yeah, and then they'd have like the Saturday night movies and things like that.
Yeah.
Gosh.
We tuned in for your Brinks and your Double Crossed. And
yes.
Luck of the Irish.
Johnny Tsunami.
Johnny Tsunami. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Luck of the Irish. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. This is where we lived, I think.
Gosh, well, but great question, Your Majesty. Really.
Yeah, I hope you were watching the same and that I don't even know quite geographically where you're.
Yeah, I don't know where it's at. Yeah, we'll look it up on the map, but we'd love to record a show there sometime, maybe,
Oh my God, please. We're open to travel.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
Not a remote spot.
We're just not Mango Island. Just not Mango Island.
It's too far.
Too
hard to get to.
Yeah, well, let's book our tickets out of here, baby. All right. Till next time, everybody.
We'll see you.